All right, hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to D's Divinity, D's Divine Tarot. Thank you for joining in with me today. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome back to all the former subscribers and welcome to all the new subscribers. Once again, thank you all for joining in with me today. As you see from the title of the video, we're going to go ahead and jump into this beautiful, highly anticipated new moon or Moonology series reading, right? And I don't know the episode number. You can check the title for that. But before we dive into this, y'all, it should go without saying, please do check the description box for any information that you may want or need to know. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to let me know. As it states in the description box, these readings are intended to be timeless. Time and energy are fluid, meaning you could have already gone through this, you may currently be going through this, and or this may be a prophetic message to come if you decide to embrace and embody the energy or advice that Spirit has for you within the reading or readings. I know I just said all that about time and energy being fluid, which it is. However, you will notice that I do utilize, or when I do utilize date signs and times, I am utilizing Eastern Standard Time. And again, it just underscores prime example of why time is irrelevant, because depending upon where you are on the globe, it may or may not be different for you. All right. If you are interested in figuring out how it would directly affect you, or more directly, I should say, affect you, do your due diligence and look it up. All right. Keep in mind, though, that they are general, right? Not all may apply to you. That's perfectly okay. Just take what does and let the rest fly. It may be a message for someone else. I may not be talking to you nor about you. I may be talking to or about someone to whom you're closely connected, friend, family, or foe. I do not know your life. Please use your free will and discernment to determine that. All right. We also don't subscribe to gender roles over here. So you will hear me say he and or she, but that's in reference to masculine and or feminine energy. It just depends, right? So please flip-flop yourself. Roles may be reversed. Just don't force that shoe to fit if it doesn't, because I am not responsible for your feet, your toes, nor them currents hurting because you forcing something that ain't for you, all right? That's why I say always be self-aware, self-accountable, and you will never be led astray. I promise you that. Finally, I am big on numerology. Whether or not I call it out, but if and when I do, I intend for it to likely resonate with your life path number, the day or month you're born, or even the house you may want to pay particular attention to in your natal chart. Could just be talking about that's where the energy or the sign that I'm referring to may be passing through in your chart, all right? Or that may be affecting you more so than any other. Whatever. It could just be confirmation that you need to pay attention at that point in time in the message, all right? However, all right, so at this point, you will see the primary decks that we utilize throughout the series. One serves as the header, the other as the finisher. The header is intended to bring forth the overall message or advice or energy that you may find yourself dealing with, or whoever the reading pertains to. The finisher is intended to bring forth messages to grow on, take with you. It even leaves you with crystals that you may want to utilize to help you get through this energy or deal with this energy, or to help you through the healing process. In furthering that, once we get to the crystal energy healing portion of the reading, I utilize this combo deck here, if I am even able to find said crystal or crystals, to dive a little bit deeper into the healing modalities or how they may affect you or how you can use them. Further going into archangels, mystic guides, whoever, guardians that you may want to call upon, or part of your spirit squad who may be helping you at this time, okay? Likewise with this crystal mandala deck, if I'm even able to find said crystal or crystals, all right? This text serves as a great reference as well for further healing modalities in regards to said crystal or crystals. So we will be referencing this if they are in it. Okay. Now, the tarot here is the variable throughout the series, and we are utilizing this beautiful good tarot. It is intended to confirm, clarify, dive a little bit deeper into what the energy may be involving, or what it may have to deal with or do with in your life, okay? Or whoever the reading pertains to, all right? All righters. And then finally, this is a newer edition, and as it states, it is intended to bring forth the manifestations, whether consciously or subconsciously, that you may be working towards or just need to pay attention to and or work towards or bring forth in your life. Your higher self will bring that to you, okay? All right. So I think that is all. Let's go ahead and get a quick word of prayer before we go any further, all right? To the Most High, Heavenly and Divine, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, I come to you saying thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so very much for this beautiful day, for these blessings and this opportunity. Thank you for utilizing me as a clear and open channel to bring forth the messages to the collective, straight and clear, no chaser. I thank you for my life, for health and strength, for mental stability and clarity and awareness and insight. Thank you for the wisdom. Thank you for all that you have bestowed upon me and us as a collective. I pray as always that the message uplifts, it enlightens, it brings forth awareness, it empowers. I pray that it strengthens and nurtures and nourishes and just brings forth whatever the viewer may need at the time of viewing, and may it play out for the highest good for any and all involved, as I know you will see fit. All these blessings I come ask and give thanks yet again. And as always too, please allow the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but. So help us all so that we can bring forth whatever manifestations and greatness that is intended for our lives. And once again, all these blessings I come ask and give thanks yet again. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. All right, y'all. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, you guys. So beginning, for those of you who are new, I like to give a little bit of background information so that you can kind of catch up and see what we into, right? So the purpose of this video, obviously, as the title says, is to dive into this beautiful new moon energy, which is in the sign of Virgo. Shouts out to my beautiful Virgos. Hey, hey, hey now. Y'all, I've been anticipating this because I already know it's about to be some woo-wee. They kept saying all month, it's going to be a doozy. So we about to see. But before we do, y'all, and of course, the new moon will be high vibe time on the 27th at 4:16 a.m. Okay, and we'll get into that further, of course, as well as the channeled messages. But let me just recap really quickly to catch those of you up in case you missed last week's episode and or are new. All right. So speaking of last week's episode, we are coming off of the last quarter moon, which is in the sign of Gemini on the 19th, high vibe time at 8:07 a.m. And Gemini affects the shoulders, arms, hands, bronchial tubes, and lungs, okay? And I told y'all out of last episode that there is or will be likely a tremendous insight, clarity, awareness, just thinking, very mental energy coming through. Obviously, Gem sign. Gemini is an air sign. And, excuse me. And prior to that, the episode previous to last week's episode was the first quarter in Aqua. And so I was telling y'all, full moon, listen at me. Y'all may want to go back to that first quarter, which was in Scorpio, to be honest, for me to even say that. But or even the first quarter in Aqua, right? That video. But regardless of what I'm getting from the full moon in Aqua is what I was meaning to say, is that in coming through that week to the new moon. Geez, see what I'm talking about? I can't, y'all, please forgive me, because I believe even at the time of filming, what we about to is Mercury about to go into retrograde, because that's what I've been feeling like. I cannot get my words together. I'll just be stuttering, like, you know what I mean? That's if you can't tell, sometimes that's kind of an issue anyway. But good gracious, when I be trying to get these downloads out and through, y'all, it'd be a whole lot. Like my mouth be moving faster than my brain, right? And so it just be like they be trying to come out so fast. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that with that full moon in Aqua, as well as the last quarter moon in Gemini videos, both I was telling y'all about some kind of enlightenment and awareness and clarity. It's very much just heavy mental energy, right? With both of those air signs. But I also told y'all too that there's a like a healing, it's this new energy coming through for real. It's almost like not even almost, it's exactly like a newfound mindset, which is beautiful because that's what many of us need in order to truly bring forth this new and these manifestations, and to change our perception into moving through the portal energy. Speaking of, we are in that beautiful 888 portal energy right now at the time of filming. So, but it's about, and speaking of that, that's that heavy Leo energy, which is to that sun energy and about enlightenment, right? Healing, the new, bringing forth the joy, the happiness, whatever that means for you in whatever new you were trying to bring forth into your life. Does that make sense? And then beautifully, as we're going to get to in the channel messages for this new moon in Virgo energy, it's going to be bringing forth the healing of all of that, right? I'm talking about powerful, y'all. So anyway, in moving from the last quarter moon in Gemini to get to the new moon in Virgo, the moon will transit from the sign of Gemini to Cancer on the 21st, high vibe time at 2029. And Cancer affects the stomach, mucosa, breast, womb, and ovaries, okay? Then it will transit from Cancer to Leo on the 24th, high vibe time at 9:09, and that's a.m. And 2029 is 8:29 p.m. if I didn't say that already. But anyway, Leo, 9:09 a.m. Leo affects the heart, aorta, blood pressure, and circulation. And then the moon will transit from Leo to Virgo on the 26th, high vibe time at 2025, which is 8:25 p.m. And then, of course, it will settle into the new moon high vibe time energy on the 27th at 4:16 a.m., right? Still in the sign of Virgo. Then, in moving through the following week, the moon will transit from the sign of Virgo to Libra on the 29th, high vibe time at 5:45 a.m., okay? And Libra affects the kidneys, ureter, bladder, veins, and skin. And then it will transit from Libra into Scorpio on the 31st at 13:11, which is 1:11. Oh, that is powerful. Oh my God. That's powerful right there. Because look, not only is it on the 31st, which 31 potentially being a 4 is all about stability, groundedness, you know what I'm saying? Having a solid foundation, even screaming to me that heart chakra awakening that I've been talking about. If you've been missing the daily messages, the MOTDs videos, you may want to check those out, y'all. But anyway, because there's a major heart chakra awakening here, because it's also waxing crescent 4 on this day of the 31st, which is a 4 day. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? But anyway, and then even in moving from Libra into Scorpio, that's all about that balancing energy, right? But as well as the transformative energy in Scorpio. And then the energies of 13:11. First of all, that 13 is that scorpionic transformation energy. So it's like doubly affecting you, right? Something is really being removed and needs to, which is perfect, because it too, that 13 is that mirror reflective energy of the 31st, the 4 day, right? And then together though, it's like I was getting 111, but either way, even with all those ones in 13:11 is, or even in the 31st and 13:11, right? It's like regenerative, like that new, y'all. Jesus, that's a lot. And then 13:11 together, like I said, that's where, okay, so yeah, so that 111 is 1:11 p.m. So and even still, those numbers coming together, 13:11 is a 6, which is ultimate balance, stability, love, right? Family vibes, you know, may have something to do with your kids or something like that. I don't know, but it's big. It's really big. And then, because we still will be in the energy, this new moon energy, because I'll be telling y'all, with the new moon and the full moon, they affect us, can potentially affect us within the 2 weeks of that energy, right? A week prior to even a week following, which is why I like to go through the transits, because you can be affected not only by this new moon energy, but heavily compounded by what the signs that the moon is transiting through as well. Anyway, getting to which will be the focus of next week's video, the first quarter moon in Sage, after the moon transits into the sign of Scorpio, it will then transit into the sign of Sage on the 2nd of September at 1840, which is 6:40 p.m. Okay, and then I didn't even tell y'all who Scorpio affects. I'm sorry. Scorpio affects the genitals, anus, urethra, and prostate. Okay, and then Sage affects the liver, hips, thighs, and sacrum. And I was even going to say that sexual healing anyway with that scorpionic energy, because that's definitely that area down and through there. So baby, look, don't be surprised if you feeling some, I feel it deep in my loins, baby. I'm telling you, don't be surprised. Don't say I didn't warn you, okay? But anyway, I mean, they just had me really dive on into it, but let's recap and get into the channel messages of this new moon in Virgo energy, since that is the focus of this video. And as I already said, in going through the transits, as far as Virgo is all about that healing energy. Yes, that mothering, that nurturing, that very much so getting grounded. And I keep getting the even though Empress is typically Libran and Taurian energy, I still have been getting heavy Virgo energy. So with that being said, like I said, if y'all ain't checked out the MOTD videos, please do, because oh my God, it's been powerful. The Empress has popped out a few times at least in that, in that series. And I have been saying that it's time, if you haven't already, because it came out in reverse on one of the days. So if you haven't been or are avoiding getting into that Empress, that divine feminine energy of sitting back, relaxing, and attracting, and being in that energy and vibe of receptivity, baby, you better, or you might miss this opportunity. I'm trying to tell you. Now, that's not to say y'all should know what's for you is meant for you. What's meant for you is going to be for you regardless, but you still can delay that coming through. You understand? So if you ready, if you ready, because it's a whole lot of new coming through here, baby. I told you, it ain't nothing to play with. Like, it's about to be big. I'm getting heavy, like major, I was going to say major arcana, but still major energy, right? And speaking of the Empress, and I'm seeing the Hermit. I mean, that's obviously Virgo energy, right? Many of us have been in that energy of solo dolo, being in solitude, really working on ourselves. But I'm feeling like now it is time, because you are ready. Seems like you're ready. I'm sorry. Oh man, sorry, not sorry. It is what it is. I don't care. Y'all can feel how you want to feel or think about that man, but y'all already know. Give props where props is due. If you really in a balanced state and are secure within yourself, you know that really that's a whole nother subject. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole, but understand that he's no matter what his personal life and circumstances, what has been going on in that regards, he's a very talented man and has produced some bangers. So that's how a lot of us have been created. So let's not get it twisted. But anyway, in saying that though, for real, it's like you're ready. And like I was even saying with that scorpionic energy, some of you truly, this is involving a sexual healing type of energy, which it needs to, because y'all don't understand how powerful that is. If you really on a higher level of awareness and ascension and everything like that, you know what it is. That sexual healing, that's how you manifest for real. Like, the act of sex alone is very sacred. The world and media and everything has really put it in a bad light and portrayed it, because they really don't know what it is. They kind of have even demonized it in some sense. But it's a sacred act, and it can be, I'm talking about, you can, man, hey, when you really know what it is, you can bring so much greatness into your life in this world. So much healing, so much love. You gotta respect it though, like for real. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject. But I do feel like for some of you, that's part of what this new is. And thank God, like you are healing from sexual trauma, right? Abuse, neglect, even whether it's self-inflicted, you know what I'm saying, whether you have neglected yourself, because I talked about that in one of the MOTDs, is the fact that's why when the Empress came in reverse, that's what it was. Many of you have been given of your love and pouring really from an empty cup. And that was the reason you went through this toxic relationship or whatever it may have been with whoever it may have been, was to show you that you needed to focus on yourself and give yourself that love first before you can even give it to anybody else. You got to fill your cup up first. You got to put your mask on first. That's why I tell you that in the planes. How you going to save another life if you don't save your own? You know? It don't work like that, baby. So that's really what it's been. But anyway, I do see, because now I'm seeing the World and even the Wheel of Fortune card. So it's like it's that cycle is ended and completed, and thank God now you can move on to your new. You can start anew, baby. You are ready. That's why R. Kelly came through. All right, let's get on into this, y'all. I love it. I can't make this shit up. Man, oh my God. I really can't, y'all. And I don't see these cards after I pull them, like I already told y'all in so many previous episodes. But for those of you who are new, I pull these ahead of time, right? Like months ahead of time before I actually get to the point where I'm ready or even able to do this voiceover or go through the reading with you, right? I don't look at these cards ever again until I'm ready to do the video. Do you understand me? Oh, Jesus. So, and what I get, that's why I go in the order that I go in, because the channel message, like the divine gives me what it is that I need to tell you, what the message is already within the channel messages if you pay attention. So for any of you who skip that part, you're doing yourself a disservice. You really are, because I'm pretty sure at some points in time I won't always use the cards. I don't need to. You understand? Like, they are really just confirmation. They really just here for, it's fun. It's a tool. I enjoy using them, and I use them for confirmation. Right? And that's what they do. They just, like, I'm so excited I can't even get it out. They just reiterate everything that I already tell you that the divine gives me within the channel messages. Right? That's everything I just got to say to you. I mean, clear as day. We got the new moon and the super moon. That's powerful. That's jam-packed. This super moon especially. Excuse me. This super moon especially is like, this is like the world energy, like heavy duty major arcana, right? Type of vibe, heavy energy. And it's funny how these cards are set up, because I do feel like it's bringing me that yin yang vibes, which is the feminine and masculine energy, right? The like one is all and all is one. It's like they're reciprocals of one another. Do you see how it's set up? Like how the new moon, the darkness is within the light, if you will, of that new moon card, and then it's vice versa on the super moon card. Man, if y'all don't get out of here, if y'all don't really understand or feel what's going on, I really don't know what to tell you. This is all about that energy of coming into union within yourself. Like I said, healing yourself, giving that love to yourself in order to give it to the world, right? It's balancing the feminine and the masculine energies, understanding that when it's time to move, you know when to move in that yang energy, that masculine energy. But when it's time to sit back, relax, and attract, you know when to do that in that Empress energy. You feel me? But now that you understand that, or are understanding that, baby, it seems like you're ready. And it's going to be so exhilarating. Like I said, that's what I kept saying all month, talking about it's going to be a doozy. And that's the crazy part too, because when I was doing that full moon and aqua video, I kept trying to do this one right here. So there's major energy, major heavy duty energy. And I feel like it really is. And I know it's no coincidence that I'm even recording this during the 8/8 portal, high vibe, beautiful energy, right? Ooh, Jesus, Jesus. Work for it. I'ma make you work for it. I don't know why I'm hearing that. Maybe that's what somebody is saying to you, or you to them. I don't know. This could be a new start in anything, y'all. But I feel like truly it has to do with the relationship. And it don't just gotta be romantic. But baby, I'm feeling that heavy duty. Like heavy duty for majority of y'all. But it very well can be talking about just excitement and exhilaration with this new start in your business or in a job, or within a relationship, within, your family, friend, or sacred circle, spirit squad, or even, that's what I said, or even soul family, okay, type of vibe or dynamic. But oof, for those of you, woof, because I'm feeling it deep in my loins, I'm telling you, come on, yeah, I'm ready. I am ready. Bring it on. Anyway, I'm gonna get to the readings of all these, towards as we get further into the reading through most of the cards. All right, so let's go on and move to the bottom of the deck, because this speaks for itself. And it could come through, like, I really feel like it's something major with this new moon in Virgo energy, because I'm trying to tell y'all. They keep telling me, like, shh, because this is what we're talking about, right? But it's still, in case some of you may be a little further behind the timeline or whatever, or you could be ahead. Like I said in the disclaimer, it could be past, present, or future. So whenever though this is coming through, it very well may come through during another new moon cycle, not necessarily talking about this new moon in Virgo. You understand? So any of the moons, which could be damn near anybody, any of the moons we done already went through, from Aqua through Sage, like I said, anybody, because then you start again, essentially. I didn't mention, interestingly, we didn't mention Cappy or that's it, right? Wow, we didn't mention Cappy. Yeah, that's it. So that's interesting. Let's see if that energy will show up at some point in this reading. Okay? Alright, moving on to the bottom. See? Ooh, and I love how vague, or like, not even vague, but how general it is, right? Because this is just talking about gibbous moon. So it could be any of the gibbous moons, right? Again, any of the signs that I've already said and or mentioned, right? But as it says right here, you're very close to achieving your goal. For this, they bringing me heavy, and that don't matter what that goal is, because like I said, it could be this new start in your relationship or ships, right? Situationships, whatever, and or the job. But I was getting ready to say, I'm feeling the energy that's coming through is heavy. It's like I just heard accolade. It's an achievement that you've been looking forward to within whatever it is you do. Okay? And it don't even matter. Shoot, because some of y'all, I just heard relationship goals. So you may be even a therapist, or you want to reach this level, because I'm seeing the Hierophant. So you want to reach a different level or level of commitment within your relationships or relationship, right? Yeah, it's coming, baby. It's here, essentially. It's here. You got to feel it, right? You got to really feel it and believe it. And then you will see it, quite literally. I love that. So let's move on. Look, this is so cute. Oh, this is so adorable. It's like I'm getting like this little giddy, like childlike innocence of romantic feelings. It's like a childhood crush. That may be who you with. And but then again, it's with the King of Fire. This is a very mature masculine, I'm gonna just say. I was getting ready to say man, but it can be man or woman, but very mature masculine, very passionate, loving, like caring and carefree energy. They know what they want and desire, and they're gonna get it no matter what. No matter what is in the way. they could have been through some turbulent waters and a pretty rough cycle emotionally, but it was to bring them to this point. You or them, right? Whoever I'm talking about, it don't matter. Don't the pronouns and everything I'm using, don't take it to heart. Put yourself where you lie. Otherwise, let it fly, right? But with this page of water, y'all should already know. But for those of you who are new, those are like my 11s in the tarot. And I'm telling you, baby, this is that new. Somebody that came off of an emotional cycle. Somebody probably has achieved, because you got to get through the ace through the 10 of cups in order to get to this page, right? And that's like the lower level type of lessons or learnings. You understand what I'm trying to say? And then you move and you kind of graduate, right? You level up, you ascend to the next level, which is the courtship, which is the page. This is the first, what am I trying to say? The first rung on that ladder of the next level of ascension, if that's making any sense to you. So you kind of start, you like a freshman in them thing. That's the best way I can say it. You done came out of middle school and now going into high school. So basically you starting off at the bottom of the ladder, essentially, right? You freshman or woman in the game of courtship, learning or trying to ascend to master yourself emotionally, right? So that's what it was, and that's why I'm feeling like somebody could have come through, it's a little bit of tumultuous water, but you still achieved something in your life emotionally that was or is emotionally satisfying for you. This is Piscean energy is what I'm getting, a little heavier, but it could be Cancer or even Scorpio. And with those lotus flowers that are in that water, like I said, that tumultuous water, lotus flower bomb. Firefly, when I'm low, you take me high. I can teach you all the signs of love. So that's what I'm saying. It's like man, they get it. When lotus flowers come, they are beautiful, but they blossom out of the mud. And y'all know the mud, that's murky, that's dirty. Like that's a lot of filth and grime and grit that you done had to get through to blossom, just to evolve and expand and grow into the beautiful flower that you are. You understand? Some of you are truly learning or even relearning. I just heard thyself, reinventing yourself. I've been getting that heavy for the past few readings, so I like that. I like that. Who is that? Kaylani? And T-Pain? Yeah. Yeah. Some of you have truly had to learn to, with this King of Fire, I'm getting several things, and that's funny because that I'm seeing it this way today. It's like, that's almost a butterfly mask that is transforming. I get that in several different ways. You have had to transform your perception, right? See things differently. That's what I'm saying. That's that Piscean energy. You have really transformed even your vision, maybe for how you see your inner child, or the desires of your heart that maybe have changed since childhood, right? As well as those that have remained. I don't know, something about that. Also, I'm getting that you have had to remove that mask that you maybe once have been wearing or were wearing that was not true and authentic to you. And I feel like that's the thing. That's part of it. It's one and the same, really. So once you have removed that mask, you truly see yourself. For some of you, you now see yourself, your inner child, for who you have always been and or were meant to be. I hope that makes sense, because it's like the growth and the expansion that you have gone throughout your lifetime thus far has really brought you back full circle to see where you started, and that you have always had it in you. Which is this beautiful, loving, grandiose type of energy. And you have so much to share with your partner, with the world, whoever is being graced and blessed to be in your presence. Because, baby, you the gift. You the gift. You are the gift. Thank God. But whoever you're dealing with, even if it's not a physical person, it's spirit. It's your spirit squad. Somebody sees you. Somebody is looking at you, or has been watching you, for real. And they are very passionate about you. Like that shit. I told you, I feel it deep in my loins, baby. Hey, they want you, honey. They want you. All of you. Come on, John Legend. They want you. For real, for real. They got a whole lot of love to give and to share with you. And you them. Be carefree. That's what I would definitely tell you heavy out of this. Be carefree. Go with the flow. If it feels right, do it. If not, screw it. Like, let it go. For real. For real. All right? All right. Let's move on to the bottom. Yes, yes, and yes. And that's the truth. This is Archangel Michael coming through with that sword, you know. I just heard sword of approval and removal, right? Because that's what Archangel Michael will do. Swoop, swoop. Any blockages, anything that's no longer serving you. If you ask, if you need help, call on them. For real. This is also that clarity, that stability, that awareness, that insight. This is that aqua, that Gemini and or Libran energy, but heavy aqua, right? That's who I generally get out of this. But it's that mental clarity, that inner standing. And look, that's funny too, because they got that little butterfly looking mask. I mean, his is more like a bird, but still, it's seeing things clearly. Because I just heard bird's eye view. It's seeing things clearly with precision. I don't call my aqua playlist astute aquas for nothing. Very much so astute. Very much so tapped in, aware. You can't get no bullshit past this guy or girl. But I'm saying, they smell it from miles and miles and miles away. This is no bullshit type of energy. Not playing any games. Sometimes can be a little cutthroat, you know. But I mean, it's just like, I was gonna say even cold-hearted, but it's not in a way that's really trying to be malicious or spiteful. It's just that sometimes the truth can be so pure and cutting. They cut to the chase with it. They like I said, no bullshit. They don't play no games. Others aren't, especially those who aren't secure in themselves, don't know how to take it. And so that's why people perceive this individual as potentially cold-hearted, but they don't mean no harm. They really coming from love. They a lot of people may see someone in their power, in this energy, as being cold-hearted because they are almost emotionless, right? I hope that makes sense. But it's just because they are so much so in their mental space that, I mean, how do you have room to really be in your heart space when you are? So I will advise just to be a little careful, you know, try not to get in the reversal form of this card where it will be all of those kind of lower vibrational things that I just said, you know, cold-hearted, brash, you know, cutthroat, blah, 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 right? But I love this. I love this energy. I just heard Gemini strong. I don't know. You may be dealing with a Gemini. It's something about communication too. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. Speak up, baby. I'm here now. Speak to my heart, Lord. But it's like going back to the Page of Water and the King of Fire. If you feeling a way about someone, something, even someplace, man, speak up. It is okay. You need to get that off your chest, honey. Don't hold that in. You may not have another opportunity to do so. Okay? All right, let's move on. Woo, baby, look at that. Wow. Like I said, honey, with the beginning with that resilience, and what is that? Waning Gibbons 5. That's the 21. That is that world energy. And like I said from the beginning, from the channel messages, it's like you had to go through whatever you done went through to be 22 on the timer, to come into the being that you are today. You know, you had to go through that to build that thick skin. That's to build that, your resilience, your tenacity is what I'm hearing, your strength, your endurance, your stamina. Like that's, baby. Some of y'all done been on a long trek. Oh, I see it though. But you're on the mount. You're on the mount. You have ascended, like quite literally, figuratively as well as literally. Okay. And now it's time you can lay back, lady. You gon' hurt your back, dragging all them bags like that. I guess nobody ever told you all you must hold on to is you, is you, is you. Yes, 'cause y'all, one day all them bags gon' get in your way. What she say? Pack like, yeah, 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 yeah. Girl, I know sometimes it's hard and we can't let go. Oh, when someone hurts you, oh, so bad inside, you can't deny it, you can't stop crying. So let it go, baby. Let it go. Please do. And y'all, I always say when we get this card that, I don't know, they kind of like branches, but at the same time, they like tentacles in that bag. And speaking of the tension, either way, it just looks like a whole bramble of shit. Like it may have had you caught up, stuck, feeling dazed and confused, lost and confused, whatever the case may be. And with that 5 energy and that waning gibbous 5, which I'm going to look and see what it is for this month, it's time to move up out of that. That 5 talks about movement, change, transformation. And I already talked about that scorpionic energy, right? So let me see a couple things. Okay, so on the 21st of this month in and of itself, that is waning crescent 2, which that's when I told you the moon will be transiting from Gemini into Cancer at 2029, which is 8:29 p.m. And just right there alone, that's powerful because that is change, right? Because the moon is transiting from one sign to another. And I said, that's probably why I heard Gemini just a while ago. But it's going to that healing, mothering energy of Cancer, that nurturing energy of Cancer. Talking to even potentially about the home, especially as we're getting ready to move into the number 44. That is talking about the home, right? As far as the number 4. And Cancer rules or affects, either way you want to look at it, the 4th chakra. Again, talking about home, family, mother energy specifically, feminine energy, heavy. Anyway, and the waning gibbous, make sure I'm looking at the right one, y'all, so I don't miss y'all up. Waning gibbous 5. Look at this again. It's on the 16th, and it's transiting. The moon will be transiting from Aries. Somebody's name is Aries. From Aries into Taurus at 22:23, which is powerful because even in that last quarter moon in Gemini, or maybe it was the full moon in Aqua, I told y'all that this day with this 22:23, them tools are heavy. All right. That's powerful. And Taurus, that's probably why Taurus is the Hierophant. I told y'all I was seeing the Hierophant, and it is representative of the number 5, where y'all will be ascending, man. Oh my goodness. Like, I can't make this junk up. I swear I can't. Hold on, y'all. All right. So basically what I'm getting to though too with all that, with Erykah Badu and Bag Lady and all that coming through, like I said, it's like it's time to move up out with that, speaking of that 5 energy, to move on up out of the stuckness or feeling thereof. You have ended that cycle. You have ascended to the top of the mountain. Like you done came through that obstacle. You are free now, my child, to move on into that 44. You have mastered thyself, especially your heart. Speaking of that 4 in the heart chakra, which is your home in your physical temple, right? The first home, anyway. You have mastered that, and it's going into this supermoon energy, which is going back to those emotions running high from the header. You understand? Like this is the goal that you're achieving. It's right here. There's gonna be an explosion, baby. You can have whatever you like. What is it that you are trying to attract in your life? And don't forget your why. I see 555 on the timer. Don't like. That's heavy. That's a lot. That's a lot. Let's move on to the bottom. I love it. I love it, y'all. It is time. It is done. Oh my God, you got your peace of mind. Whew. This is doubly clarifying that King of Air at the bottom of the tarot, y'all. And look, it's waning crescent 5. Dang. And that's going to be on the 24th, which is in the sign of Leo at 9:09. Dang. That's crazy. That is crazy. That's when oh my God. Yeah. That's when the moon is see all this change, y'all. Them 5s, that's when the moon is transiting from Cancer into Leo. Oh my God. What in the world is going on, y'all? This is major movement, major growth, major ascension. That 28 potentially being a 10 and or 1. Major endings of cycles to begin anew. Y'all break every chain. Break every chain. Break every chain. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you for the work that you do, for real. And many of you, like myself, this is all you ever wish for, because you can't put a price tag on peace of mind, baby. And I'm hearing joy. Hey, pump it up, sunshine. And that speaks of the polarities, the yin and yang, right? Because you can't really how can you appreciate the joy if you don't go through the pain? How can you appreciate the sunshine if you don't have the rain? And vice versa, to be honest, because the pain and the rain don't have to be so negative. It's all in your perception. You got to have them both. Just like the masculine and feminine energy, you got to have them both. They both serve a purpose. They both do what they do. But yeah, y'all elevating, y'all levitating too. I'm hearing Landrea, wake up in the morning, then I meditate. No, wait. Yeah. No, elevate or something. However he say it, say my prayers and then I meditate. Yeah. Levitating. You rising above the drama, the chaos, the confusion on a whole nother level, and can't nobody touch you. You done created your own protective field, and you will have to continue to do so, because baby, look what they say, it's like more money, more problems. The higher you go, them crabs in the barrel, they gon', they see that. That's why I said they feel that. They gonna notice that. Even if you yourself, don't boast or brag about it or whatever, man, when you walk into the room, it's all over you. It exudes through you, which it's supposed to. Because it's the God in me. Yeah. So they see that. So you really gonna have to protect yourself from those lower entities and vibrations. And that's how you continue to be in this state of peace. Okay? I love it. Thank you. So, let's move on. Look. Do it. Now, we ain't gonna go over there though. But I told y'all somebody is trying to show you. They gonna show you. They gonna love you like no other, baby. And Spirit is telling you to go for it. Do it, honey. This can be with anything we talking about, y'all, though, because I told y'all I do see many of you trying to achieve something within your business and or job situation or whatever it is you do. It could just be a side hustle or even a project like creation that you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're not necessarily, it's like your abundance is going to come through it just because you are doing what you've always loved and enjoyed to do, being in that childlike innocence and energy. So you will receive blessings from putting in the work and energy and time and effort into whatever it is that you're doing, right? Even if it's just something that you're doing for fun, not really seeking the monetary rewards from it, you still will get some form of abundance from it. Okay? So do it, okay? Goes without saying, you very well may be dealing with an Aries. Like I said before, with that new moon energy that came out in the, what was that? The header. It can be a whole nother new moon. Being, for example, this new moon in Aries that it comes through for you, or any other sign that we've already talked about. All right. You may have heavy Aries energy aspected in your chart. Your moon may be Aries for sure. And if so, there is something within this reading for you. And this could be talking about whoever you're dealing with. Okay. This speaks for itself though. Let's move on. Yes, sir. Come through. Come through. Come through. Come through. Like a 212 on the timer. Come through with that sage energy. Again, new moon energy. So, like I just said with that whole new moon in Aries card, that's what I'm talking about. It could be coming through at a whole nother new moon for you, not just the new moon in Virgo, but I truly believe for many of us, it's happening now. You know what I mean? As I just said about the whole polarities with joy and pain and sunshine and rain, again, it's like you don't necessarily have to see either side, either end of the spectrum as negative. But if you do, then focus on the positive, as it says right here, right? Always be in an attitude of gratitude, and your manifestations will come through in magnitudes, for sure. There's no way that it will be anything else. There's no way that you can be low vibing if you high vibing, y'all. If you grateful, if you joyful, if you playful. No way. It does not work. You ain't got room for that energy when you're on that higher level. And you will attract that which you are in the moment that you are. So if you find yourself in them negative vibes, don't be surprised when that's what you get. And you get what you get and don't pitch a fit. Alright? Alright. Moving on. Alright, y'all, let's get into these readings, beginning with the new moon. A new start is coming, pages 24 and 25. There is a quote, yes, end quote, coming your way. This is one of the most auspicious cards in the deck. It's totally positive and suggests something new and exciting is developing. The situation you're asking about is blessed, and you are on target to achieve your goals. The message from the universe is that you're starting all over again in some way, be that on a new or better course or just feeling more positive about achieving your desired outcome. If you've been feeling stagnant, this card reminds you that life goes in cycles and you're moving into a new cycle now. This is the time to wipe the slate clean. If the situation you asked about has become toxic, either that will clear up now or something totally new and fresh is on its way. That's funny because it's going to that resilience, which we'll get to in a moment. But that's exactly what I told y'all out of that. So when you're tuning to the moon, which I like to look at as affirmation, you can see it and do with it as you please. I'll see it when I believe it. What I tell y'all. Oh my God. I'll see it when I believe it. Additional meanings. A new start is on its way. You will soon start to feel more hopeful about getting what you want. Your belief that your dreams can manifest is working well. Forget about the past. The teaching. The new moon marks the start of the waxing cycle in the midpoint of the dark moon. It's a dark and veiled time when the moon is invisible, in a time of rebirth. It's a time, that's that scorpionic energy, by the way. It's a time that witches do their work, making wishes and laying down intentions for the new cycle. An intensely magical time when it's easier to pierce the veil to the other worlds. Okay? Moving on to supermoon. Emotions are running high. Pages 110 and 111. Oh my God. Come on with that new moon. This card suggests the answer to whatever you're asking is writ large, like the silvery full moon set against the velvety night sky. If you're wondering how successful something is going to be, such as a job or relationship, the answer is very. To use common parlance, the answer to your question may well be that it's under your nose. This card is about being larger than life, being special and bursting with energy that you can tune into and work with. You can expect plenty of good things and a positive outcome when this card comes up, but you may find there's a lot of emotion to deal with too. There's also a sense that the opportunities around whatever you're asking about don't come along every day, so take action. Like I said, you may miss this opportunity if you do it. Like they told you, do it. So when you're tuning to the moon, success is close. I just must trust. Success is close. I just must trust. And that's perfect because it's leading right into the bottom of the deck. All right. Anyway, additional meanings. A resolution to your question is closer than you may think. Don't ignore the obvious. Something exciting lies ahead. Make sure you don't blow events out of proportion. Speak to the goddess. Ask her for assistance. The teaching. A supermoon is a new or full moon that takes place when the moon is at its closest point to the earth during its monthly orbit, an event known as perigee. If it's a full moon, the moon appears around 14% bigger at this time. The moon is known as the queen of emotions, and if you draw the supermoon card, regardless of when you do this, you can expect your feelings to become more highly charged. Double time because we got it twice, right? All right, moving to the bottom. You're very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous moon, pages 30 and 31. The word gibbous means, quote, bulging, end quote. What a descriptive word, right? And pulling this card at any time of the month suggests that the situation you're asking about is bulging with possibility and coming to a peak. But this isn't an, quote, ending card with a neat, quote, yes or no answer. Rather, you're being reminded that some adjustments may yet be required before you get what you want, though you're certainly on the right track, which is hopefully reassuring for you. However, there is also a sense that the situation is a bit tense, so don't push too hard. One false move and the whole thing could blow. That's not meant to scare you, it's just to let you know there's a fuse attached to this situation. So be careful if you choose to light it. That's why I said you get what you get and don't pitch a fit. Be careful what you're attracting. When you tune to the moon, it says, I know that I'm on the right track. I know that I'm on the right track. Additional meanings. Now is a good time to review your plans. Keep the momentum going as you move towards your dreams. Stay focused. It's a good time to start a new project. I keep telling you that. Go for it, okay? You need to go back into good health habits. The teaching. The gibbous moon comes at the very end of the lunar cycle, just before the full moon. She looks like she's bulging because she's almost a full moon, so she's nearly fully rounded. It's the culmination of the waxing cycle and, as such, tends to be a rather intense period of the month. No matter when you pull this card, it suggests the very right time and a very right situation. All right? That's powerful. And that's because they bringing me back. It ended on 31, and I'm telling y'all, it's something about the 31st, which is waxing crescent 4. Moving from Libra into Scorpio at 13:11. I'm trying, man. I don't know. Let's move on. All right. So moving into the finishers, we'll begin with 21 waning gibbous 5, pages 58 and 59. Resilience. Making mistakes builds resilience. I have learned my lessons from the mistakes I have made. I stand strong. I am an adult and I act with self-responsibility. The affirmation. I am strong and resilient. I am strong and resilient. As we stretch and expand towards our intentions, we will most likely meet resistance or, wait for it, make mistakes or fail altogether, either one really. This is where resilience, confidence, and our inner will come into play. We might ask ourselves, how much do we really want what we are going for? Does what we want align with our needs and values? Are we really devoted to having it? Do we think we are enough? Do we have the strength to keep going? While all of us at some time have to go through periods of imbalance and difficulty, even of suffering, it is important we learn to grow and rely on our resilience. This is true power from the inside out, building our reserves of resilience. This ability to stand strong and bounce back is something that has at its heart wisdom and learning taken from experience. Having resilience allows us the solidity and yet the freedom to do. Having resilience allows us the solidity and yet the freedom to grow and to take that leap to the next level. It allows us to reach higher with a stability that makes things less risky and allows us to create with a bit more pleasure. Remember, mistakes are simply information gathering. That's it. The less drama and guilt and shame you attach to them, the better. The experience of failure or mistakes is simply one of learning. That is all. As we move around the lunar cycle and in life, we can see how things may have occurred before and that we have experience in how to handle them. Even if we don't have direct experience, we can build resilience as an insurance policy against being devastated by the opinions of others. While someone might say something nasty about us, when we compare this to what we know to be true about ourselves, it truly is no great hurt and really just a piece of information gathering. That is so true. The companion stone or metal is azurite, and we'll get into the stones and crystals in just a few moments. Okay, so stay tuned for the crystal energy healing portion. Moving on to 44, supermoon, attraction, pages 104 and 105. You can be magnetic to others and attract the good things in life. You can repel what you no longer wish to attract. Be ready for opportunity. Avoid extremes that might cause negative imbalance in your body or mind. Think of connections greater than yourself. The affirmation: I can attract what I wish and repel what I do not. I can attract what I wish and repel what I do not. A supermoon is a full moon that is the closest distance from the earth in its revolutions. It is also referred to as a, quote, perigee, end quote, moon. The supermoon looks huge in the sky, and being so close to the earth, it influences the oceans more than usual, causing more extreme tides than are normal. These changes in gravity and force are certainly noticeable, and for most people who follow the cycles of the moon and do magical workings aligned with them, it is the energy of supermoons that is most important. If a normal full moon gives us an opportunity to have rocket power under our intentions, a supermoon greatly magnifies this energy into a supernova, and y'all, you got it. You got it. You got it, girl. You got it, baby. You got it, bruh. You know what I mean? You got it, sir. Let me not say it like that. You got it, king and queen. Okay? If we are growing, we all want to attract experiences into our lives. This can be positive relationships, a lifestyle that suits us better, clarity, love, prosperity, creativity, ... says the list goes on. Equally, we also perhaps wish to be able to repel the experiences we don't want. It is important then to not just know what we want, but to be able to recognize what we don't. Attraction isn't just about what we accept, but also how we discern. Yes, yes, and yes. Blindly attracting everything we think of into our lives rarely makes us happy, but being focused about it does. This card also suggests that we think globally and for the, quote, whole, end quote. If you are making intentions on the supermoon, include one for the planet. I love that. I love it. I love it. The companion stone or metal is magnetite. All right? And we'll get to that again in just a moment. All right. Moving on to the bottom. Number 28, waning crescent 5, pages 72 and 73. Peace. Peace of mind is one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves. Refuse drama and do not freely engage with people who use drama as a weapon. Stop fighting. Allow yourself to reset. No, yes, that too, but it says rest. So stop fighting. Allow yourself to rest for a while. When we let what we no longer need go, we make room for peace. Yes, yes, and yes. The affirmation: I choose to create and hold peace. I allow this to ripple out into the world. I choose to create and hold peace. I allow this to ripple out into the world. We are an anxious bunch, us modern folk. We are constantly stimulated or not stimulated enough. We find it hard to sleep. In parentheses, they say insomnia is at record levels in the Western world, in parentheses. And for some, we self-medicate with food, devices, drama, and work. We seek peace, but we don't know how to go about it particularly well. Peace can begin with a series of decisions we make. For example, we can decide we can't control everything. Shock. The ancient Greek Stoics had a great strategy here, advising a split of your issues into, quote, I can control this, end quote, and, quote, I have no control over this, end quote. For sure, y'all. Think about the most pressing and worrying issues you have right now, or the situations that are giving you the most sleepless nights. Then break them down into pieces and place them under the correct heading. Be honest and discerning. Always 6:36 on the timer. What you will find is that most of your situations or issues are under the second heading. The Stoics advise that the things listed there deserve no more of your attention because they are actually out of your control. Wow. However, the things under, quote, I can't control this, end quote, are important, and you must action these to the best of your ability. These are those things you will influence and where you will glean the most change. While this seems a simple system, I promise I promise you it will give you far less to worry about and instantly more peace. We can be more focused and mindful about what we are doing in real time. We can place ourselves deliberately in sessions in quiet, beautiful, and peaceful environments. We can learn that's what it says. We can learn what for us brings our body rest and peace. We can choose to not do the head miles of worry. Worry is, after all, chewing gum for the mind, not really nutritious in any way, but something to do. When we let go of what we no longer really need, peace floods in, taking up this old space and healing it. I love that. I love that. Allow peace in, y'all. The companion stone or metal is amethyst. All right. All right. Let's move on. All right, y'all. So moving on into the manifestations, we have excuse me. We have new moon in Aries. Go for it. Pages 28 and 29. This card heralds good news. Opportunities abound and the outlook is positive. Go through the doors that are opening up to you. There's every reason to believe you'll create what you want, even if you feel a long way from your goal. Keep going and be courageous. Chase your dreams with childlike enthusiasm and expect your desires to be satisfied. That's where the Page of Water and King of Fire is coming through. Don't sit around making plans. Do take action. This is crucial. Chase your goal. Believe in divine timing, in love. That's why I was seeing that Wheel of Fortune. I told you I was seeing the World and the Wheel of Fortune. Maybe that was in the message of the day. I don't know. I'm telling y'all to go check out those videos. But anyway, I'm telling you now though, I was seeing that. Okay, the World as well as the 10 of, if I didn't say that already earlier, but I feel like I said it earlier. Anyway, chase your goal. Believe in divine timing. In love, make the first move if you dare. Like I said, somebody waiting on, don't wait. Speak your heart. Tell them how you feel. You may not get another opportunity. So financially, be proactive. All right? Manifesting focus. This card is an especially good sign if you need more courage or determination, or if you're chasing someone or something. Manifesting mindset. Be driven, determined. Take action. Ditch faint-heartedness. Manifesting tips for boosting courage. It says, call in Archangel Ariel, who is associated with spring and is wonderful to appeal to when you need courage. Call in the energy of the planet Mars, which guides the sign of Aries. To boost your courage, light a candle, ideally a red one, and ask Ariel and Mars for assistance. Hold this card to your heart chakra and breathe in courage. And y'all don't have to have, especially as we get into the Crystal Mandala deck and in such wherever, even if they say it again, you don't have to have this deck nor these cards to do what you need to do. You can just envision the energy at whatever chakra or system that they're telling you, okay? And so mote it be. So, if you can do this ritual outdoors, so much the better. And in your manifestation affirmation, it says, I am on the right track. Soon I will, ... That's the second time they done told you're on the right track. I am on the right track. Soon I will, ... Fill in the blank, y'all, okay? What is it that you're trying to attract or manifest or go after? It says when to manifest your magic. The best time to work your magic is when the moon is in Aries on a Tuesday, which is Mars's day, or during Mars's hour. And I'm not about to read through that to figure out the hour. There's a link in the description box if you so choose to investigate that further. 303 on the timer. The new moon in Aries takes place when the sun and the moon are on the same zodiac degree of Aries. It's full of fire and childlike trust that everything is doable. Yes, yes, and yes. Moving on to new moon in Sage. Focus on the positive. Pages 44, look at this, and 45. 44 is going back to that super moon in the finisher. All right? The way is clear. All you have to do is make sure you enjoy the ride. That should be easy enough as long as you stop worrying and start believing in your own good luck. It's true that life goes in cycles, and this card shows that you're moving into a good luck phase. I had to stop. They keep saying luck. I don't believe in luck, but it is what it is. They tell you, they use that word, whatever. Y'all already know. For those of you who are new, though, it's blessings for me. Okay? Anyway, as Abraham Hicks says, think about what you do want, not about what you don't want. So think about what you do want, not about what you don't want. Like I said, when you focus in on high vibe stuff, there's no way you can manifest low vibe energy, right? So focus on the positive now. Your manifesting is definitely on track, and the more you can master the art of feeling good, the longer it'll stay that way, like I said. Manifesting focus. This card is an especially good sign for matters related to study, travel or adventure, and the cosmic quest to understand life. Manifesting mindset. Look back, see how far you've come, and count your blessings. Yes, yes, yes. Manifesting tips for celebrating joy. Call in Archangel Raguel, who is the most sociable of the angels and helps us to find peace and harmony. Channel the optimistic and adventurous energy of Jupiter, which guides the sign of Sagittarius. Take a moment to write a list headed, quote, 5 reasons to be cheerful, yeah, end quote. Make that gratitude list. That's the same type of deal. It says, hold your list and this card to your heart chakra and express your gratitude. Yeah. So the affirmation, I'm one lucky so-and-so. I would insert blessed, right? I'm one lucky so-and-so. So when to manifest your magic, it says the best time to work your magic is when the moon is in Sagittarius on a Thursday, which is Jupiter's day, or during Jupiter's hour. The new moon in Sagittarius takes place when the sun and the moon are on the same degree in Sagittarius. It knows that we create our own good luck. I'm telling you, we are powerful co-creators and master manifestors, all right? All right, y'all. Let's get on into this energy healing portion, okay? All right, you guys. So I'm going to begin with reading them from the text, and we'll just go in the order that they come in the book, beginning with Amethyst, page 35, okay? A variety of quartz found as crystals or masses. Its classic purple color is due to manganese and iron inclusions. Some rare varieties of amethyst are almost black. Other varieties are purple or white, banded chevron amethyst, and, how do you say that? Prasiolite. The chevron amethyst and prasiolite, as well as quartz, are all bolded, so you may want to look into those, okay? And prasiolite is Prasiolite, which is a green amethyst colored by mineral inclusions, okay? So, astrologically associated with, look at here, Virgo, Capricorn, Aquarius, there go that Capri energy finally, Aquarius and Pisces, all right? It's great for the crown chakra. Healing qualities include amethyst magnifies the energy of other crystals. It is good for overall protection and physical, emotional, and mental balance. It can be used to encourage chastity and relieve homesickness. It helps negotiation skills. It helps negotiation skills, decision making, wealth, business success, moving forward in life, coping with responsibility and change, and public speaking. It is useful for purification during ceremonies. Physically, it heals the causes of dis-ease, good for hearing, hormone regulation, insomnia, headaches, migraine, acne, asthma, blood clots, bacterial and viral infections, bad posture, cancer, and arthritis. It says in parentheses as an elixir. It's good for the health of the immune, circulatory, and sympathetic nervous systems, bones, heart, stomach, skin, teeth, liver, and endocrine glands. Helps with drunkenness and addictions, especially alcoholism. Aids detoxing and blood cleansing. Emotionally or spiritually, it helps with OCD and with anger and violent tendencies. Calms passion, nerves, oversensitivity, tension, emotional energy, and grief. Enhances the aura, self-esteem, meditation, spirit contact, and spirituality. Baby, it's good for every damn thing, okay? Like, quite literally. It's funny because chevron amethyst is right next to this, but like I said, I'm not even going to get into it. Yeah, that's enough. Okay, moving on. And it's funny because quartz is on the opposite page on 34. So, interesting. Anyways, let's see. Moving on to azurite, which is on page 70 and 71. Masses, nodules, and rarely tabular and prismatic crystals of azure or paler blues. Astrologically associated with Sagittarius, look at there. Great for the throat chakra. Healing qualities includes enhances creativity, known as the quote stone of heaven, end quote. Physically good for blood strength and the nervous system. Helps arthritis. Emotionally or spiritually, it's good for psychic abilities, helps you to express feelings, thoughts, and psychic information. It brings compassion and empathy. And It's funny because Azurite Malachite is right after it, which is great for the brow, which is third eye, as well as heart chakra. And it's good for astrologically associated with sage and Cappy, right? So I feel the need to read this one real quick. So it says healing qualities. See also Azurite and Malachite. It brings individuality, freedom, rationality, and flexibility of mind and thought. It helps ego, conceit, arrogance, and vanity. Physically, it's good for joints or flexibility, skin, bones, teeth, heart, circulation, gallbladder, and liver. It helps prevent and treat stress-related conditions such as ulcers and asthma. Emotionally or spiritually, it's good for meditation. It can bring the realization that sometimes the most profound changes are the simplest, and it helps with anxiety. All right. Moving on to, finally, Magnetite, page 92. Black or brown octahedral crystals, masses, and dendrites. Specimens that exhibit magnetic polarity are known as lodestone. Lodestone is bolded. You may want to look into that, and it's right above this one, actually, which is funny. So, astrologically associated with Aries, Virgo, Capricorn, and Aquarius. Great for the base chakra. Healing properties include good for protection, especially from empathic symptoms and other people's energy. Useful among healers and those in the caring professions. It's good for tenacity. What I say? Endurance. Look at that. Desires, attracting love, and trusting your gut feelings. Physically, it's good for the bones, hair, skin, and blood vessels. It helps nosebleeds, aching bones, and backache. Emotionally or spiritually, it's good for meditation, grounding, and remote viewing. It helps grief, fear, anger, attachment, and neediness. That is powerful, y'all. That's powerful. That's powerful. I love it. I love it when they do that. All right, let's move on. Look at here, y'all. This is powerful. Oh my goodness, I love it because this is the only one I was able to find out of this deck, by the way. But with this, it's always divine connection. This, the purple, the crown chakra, right? Very heavy energy, and also great for the third eye if you want to use it for that. But the numbers 2, 3, 7, and or 9 may be important to you. And just with that 333, as I looked up, it's 33 on the timer. That's crazy. But I was getting ready to say that's already messages from your angels, you know what I'm saying? Ancestral Spirit Squad, however you want to see that. Messages of guidance that you are on the right track, basically, okay? I'm hearing messages of ascension, so you may be receiving downloads and all of that stuff through this connection, and if you decide to utilize amethyst, and as it says, even Ascended Master Saint Germain, right? And even the other whatever other ones they referenced in the Manifestation Oracle, you may want to utilize as well, okay? What they said, Raguel and Ariel or something, if I remember right. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much that on that. There are, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. That is an important number for you too. 11, you may start seeing, yeah. Something is definitely trying to come through. I almost feel like a Kundalini rising, some kind of energy. You may feel it deep within, but it may be rising and even pulsating or vibrating like up and down your chakra system. Something about that. Something is trying to be expressed and or even released. Yeah, and I laughed too in getting this portion of the reading started because I turned right to the page. So yeah, which begins on 129. That's 111. Yeah. Hey. Which ultimately can potentially be a 3 as well. But anyway, it goes through 132. Okay. And these can be rather lengthy, so just bear with me. 27, Ascended Master Saint Germain and Amethyst, spiritual connection. We bring you the blessing of spiritual connection. There are times on your life path when you will feel alone. If you are working on an issue or going through a challenging time and don't feel particularly supported or that others understand, even though they may love you, then that sense of loneliness may increase for a time. Or perhaps you wonder if you are as spiritually connected as you could be. Perhaps you have been asking for confirmation of your divine connection or for some sort of sign that what you think might be divine guidance is genuine. This oracle comes with a message. You are capable of conscious spiritual connection, and that connection is growing in power every time you talk to the universe through prayer or any act of devotion. You are also being asked to release any barriers around your heart and mind so you can allow the unconditionally loving voice of spirit to be heard in your heart and soothe your mind. Walking a spiritual path is very important for your soul. It is what you are meant to do this lifetime, and you have in fact done this many lifetimes previously. You have developed a strong spiritual connection during the passing of those lifetimes, with an ability to feel, know, and connect with spirit consciously, even what's living in this physical world where the clear voice of spirit can sometimes be distorted through fear, doubt, or anger. You will have different ways you can best tune into your strong spiritual connection, and what works best for you may be different for another. You may tap into your spiritual connection through meditation, dance, being in nature, relaxing or switching off your mind with exercise, through prayer or creating art, music, or some other offering of devotion to love and life. What is being affirmed through this oracle is that your spiritual connection is established. It is considerable, and you have the ability to tune into it this lifetime. You are asked to rely upon your spiritual connection unconditionally, to ask for help with all things in your life. There is nothing too small for in allowing your spiritual connection to assist you in resolving the small, apparently insignificant, everyday matters more swiftly. You free up vital energies to deal with the bigger task on your divine life journey. From parking spaces to overall timing for your day, for assistance in all ways with traveling, for help in making good choices with shopping, or inspiration for better relationships and in matters of, for help in making good choices with shopping, to inspiration for better relationships and in matters of finance, health, and professional development. Divine guidance will help you in all ways with one purpose, to help you reside in the frequency of love and truth. Sometimes there can be fear about opening up further to spirit. You may want it and fear it at the same time. If you have heard a message or someone has told you something they believe has come from the spiritual world and it makes you feel bad, if what you see, feel, hear, or are told is based in fear in any way, it is not from the higher spiritual worlds. Genuine divine guidance is loving, and anything that makes you feel disconnected from love or that causes you to feel bad about yourself is not higher guidance. The fear of opening up further to spirit can be so deep that you don't realize it is there. You attend development classes and work hard to perceive spiritual connection, and yet frustratingly, it may not come through as clearly as you would like. Perhaps you feel like you are the only person who doesn't get something, whilst others seem to have a connection you envy. You may feel like spirit has forgotten you, or you are not important enough to deserve attention, or that there is something wrong with you that you cannot receive as you wish. All of those reactions and frustrations are understandable, but they are not reflective of a higher truth. Your spiritual task is to be kind to yourself. Be with your feelings and complete the following healing process as often as you feel you need it. Know that as fear arises, and it can arise even in those working consciously with spirit for a long time, testing them to trust and open up even more so, you are releasing a barrier between you and spirit. You never need to be ashamed of your fear. It has been conditioned into bodies over lifetimes. It can take a little while to cleanse it out of the soul. Fear can be a stubborn stain, but the divine has all sorts of tricks to dislodge it. Spirit wants to connect with you just as much as you want to connect with it. More even. You are so loved. Set aside any frustration with yourself or the divine as you realize that even if you don't see or hear as some others seem to do, Spirit still talks to you every day. Can you see the signs? The numbers, the white feathers, the song on the radio that seems written for you, the books you are drawn to read, or the oracle card that keeps popping up. Spirit loves you so much it has created all these ways for you to hear its loving voice in your heart. Will other ways open up for you in due course? Yes, of course. But even now, your spiritual connection is already real. To grow it more, set aside time every day, at least 2 minutes, to speak to it. Imagine it as your daily phone call to your quote, divine, or excuse me, parentheses they have, divine mother. Divine is in parentheses, Jesus. But anyway, it says, imagine it is your daily phone call to your Divine Mother. During that daily divine time, talk to the universe. You don't need special words. Just tell the universe, in parentheses, I say aloud if you can, in parentheses, what you would like help with and what you are grateful for in your life. Okay? So here goes the healing process. It says, to integrate this guidance, you may like to say this invocation now. I call upon the crystal angel of amethyst and the ascended master Saint Germain who love me unconditionally. Thank you for the divine healing blessing of spiritual connection. May the fullness of my spiritual connection become consciously known to me. May I be inspired by spirit daily to connect, to talk to the universe openly from my heart. May all beings know the extent of their spiritual connection and the depth of love that spirit holds for them. May peace enter the world through my spiritual connection, assisting the plan of love and light. Through divine grace and my own free will, so be it. If you wish to further integrate this guidance, hold the oracle card with the mandala image facing inwards and resting at the crown chakra, which is at the top of your head. Relax and breathe in and out several times. And as I already told y'all, you do not have to have this deck nor these cards to do this. Just envision it there. So mote it be. So then say aloud, I choose of my own free will through this and any lifetime and through all layers of my entire being to release any experience, memory, or associated belief system connected to spiritual abuse, manipulation, feeling of disconnection from the spiritual world, feeling of being abandoned by the divine in any way, and of being harmed, humiliated, or criticized in any way for any spiritual connection. May the healing power of the loving worlds of divine grace cleanse me completely now and restore the full vibrancy of my spiritual connection to higher guidance. Through divine grace and unconditional love, so be it. Hold the oracle card flat between your palms so you can place your hands in prayer position with the oracle card between them. Bow your head and say, may divine love awaken the fullness of spiritual connection in the hearts of all living beings, according to divine compassion and in service to the great divine plan of love unfolding, so be it. You can finish your healing process with this affirmation said aloud 3 times. I trust and rely upon my spiritual connection unconditionally. It is safe for me to be fully open to spirit, to receive unconditionally loving and uplifting messages that are truly helpful. I trust and rely upon my spiritual connection unconditionally. It is safe for me to be fully open to spirit, to receive unconditionally loving and uplifting messages that are truly helpful. And one more time for the divine. I trust and rely upon my spiritual connection unconditionally. It is safe for me to fully open to spirit, to receive unconditionally loving and uplifting messages that are truly helpful. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Oh. All right, y'all. Moving on. All right, you guys. Now moving into the combo deck. These are what I was able to find, beginning with Magnesite. Okay, and I know I said Magnetite, but they really, to me, one and the same, essentially. But because they didn't have Magnetite from this deck, this is what I was called to pull. Okay, so here we go. I'm sure, even though it's not the same exact stone, I'm sure there's a message in here for you. Okay. Are you able to integrate heaven and earth into your current life experience? Are you grounded and aware of your divine connection? See, as we just got through talking about with Amethyst. Now is the time to absorb the blessing of being human while still embracing your union with the divine. You are a child of the universe and are aligned with the spiritual realm. All right? So you may very well decide to utilize this as well as Melchizedek and these affirmations if you so choose. 55 is on the timer. I am an amazing being of light. I claim my purpose as a light worker. It is easy for me to see things from a higher perspective. I confidently embrace the role of being a wise person. Moving on. Amethyst. And it reads, are you ready to transform your life? Through your spiritual connection with the divine, you can receive intuitive insights to help you in your daily life. You have the ability to transform your reality using the spiritual guidance you receive. I love that. Amethyst is so beautiful. And you may want to utilize Archangel Zachiel in these affirmations if you so choose. I feel like we mentioned Archangel Zachiel before. Anyways, I create my reality. I can change my oh, it was one of the messages of the day, 151 on the timer, and I don't remember which one exactly. Yeah, I create my reality. I can change my reality. It's easy for me to transform and transmute challenging situations. I use my intuition and follow my hunches. I am aligned with higher wisdom. I pay attention to my dreams and easily interpret them. You're going to be receiving messages from them. And then here we go with the chevron amethyst and amethyst druzy. I just felt like this may be beneficial for someone. Beginning with amethyst druzy. Do you remember your connection with Great Spirit? They keep talking about that divine connection. Are you reaching out in prayer, asking for help? Amplify your loving prayers and focused intentions for personal and planetary peace. Now is the time to set an intention to align with the divine through meditation, guided imagery, and prayer. And then Chevron Amethyst reads, are you ready to transform your reality into one of joy, health, and prosperity? Allow the violet. That's crazy. We just talked about the violet flame, and I want to say it may have been in that same reading as Archangel Zachiel. Anyways, allow the violet flame to elevate your consciousness and open to self-transformation. Strive for personal excellence to be the best you can be. Choose your words carefully to communicate your thoughts to others without fault or blame. All right? And then you may want to utilize White Buffalo Calf Woman with the Amethyst Druzy and or Saint Germain, as we already mentioned from the Crystal Mandala, with the Chevron Amethyst, okay? All right. And these affirmations, of course. I am one with all that is. I am tuned into the forces of the universe. Prayer is a regular part of my daily life. I easily access wisdom and knowledge from the ancestors who have walked this planet before me. And with Saint Germain, you can use these. I use the experiences from the lessons I have learned to improve myself. I see with higher perspective thanks to the benefits of hindsight. I have a deep understanding of myself and the circles of life around me. Come on, Lion King. All right. And then here we go, finally with Azurite and Azurite Malachite. And it reads, do you want to improve and trust your intuition? Activate your third eye and exercise your sensory gifts. You receive messages from the divine all the time. It is now time to notice the signs, interpret them, and use the higher guidance to create ease in your life. I have to pause because one of the other days of the MOTD was talking about, and it may be this same day with Archangel Zachiel, I really do not know or remember, quite honestly, but it was talking about pay attention to the signs, okay? Moving on to Azurite Malachite. Are you connected with the all-knowing and all-seeing part of yourself? Allow for the unimpeded flow of the information, knowledge, and wisdom that is within you. Seek out calming experiences such as meditation and visualization. Take notice of the signs and symbols around you and contemplate their meaning. I'm telling y'all, that's what you want to utilize this Azurite for. Just pay attention, for real. And you may want to utilize Archangel Raziel and or Saint Anne in these affirmations. I am extremely intuitive. My spirit guides and angels send me messages all the time. I am grateful for divine guidance. My mind is clear and all knowledge is available. I awaken my consciousness. I am calm. I am at peace. Going back to the finisher. And with Saint Anne, you can utilize these. I release ego, arrogance, and vanity. I am calm. I am at peace. That's twice. My spirit guides and angels send me messages all the time. Guidance from my higher self lights my path. I trust my intuition and my internal guidance system. Yes, yes, and yes, y'all. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Baby. That's what I have for you, and that's where I'm going to leave it, y'all. That's enough, ain't it? I pray that it resonates with you. Welcome the new, baby. Be open and vulnerable and get in that divine feminine energy to sit back, relax, and attract, receive. They keep telling you. That's what you need to do. That's the only action you need to do, is to just relax. Be in that Empress energy. Whether male or female, it's just that divine femininity of nurturing and loving and healing thyself. All right? Whew. If this resonates with you, you know what to do. For those of you who are new, that means comment your testimonies down below. You never know how this may help someone grow, but especially and including yourself. And I pray that's what y'all are here for, really, because that's what we're doing over here. We healing, transcending, and manifesting. For real, for real. All right? Anyways, whether or not someone comes to mind, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I truly thank you. I honor you and appreciate you for doing such, because you have no idea how much that helps. So thank you. If you want to join me for another episode, you can check the link in the description box below. I pray to see you there. If not, please take care. Until the next one, y'all, be easy, be at peace. Don't forget your love and light, because it truly, truly, truly makes everything all right. All right, y'all. Deuces.